Story 1. Juha, his son, and the donkey. Theme: you cannot please everyone. Juha and his son leaving the house. The donkey is in front of them. Juha and his son both riding on top of the donkey. A group of people watching them and looking surprised. One of the people: look at this lack of mercy. 2 people riding one poor donkey. Juha gets down from the donkey and lets his son stay riding. They pass in front of another group of people. An old woman: look at this disrespectful boy. His father is old and he is riding. Juha brings his son down and he gets on top of the donkey instead. They pass in front of a coffee shop. A man: look at this cruel father. He is riding comfortably and letting his young son get tired walking. Juha gets down from the donkey, and both he and his son walk next to it. People start laughing at him. Someone laughing: look at these fools. They have a donkey and they walk on their feet. Juha stops. The people have made him very angry. Juha brings a wooden plank and a rope. Juha ties the donkey's legs and he and his son carry it. All the people gathered and are completely shocked. Juha and his son are sweating and tired while carrying the donkey. Juha lets go of the donkey and tells his son, "Did you see? The lesson? People's talk never ends. Do what makes you comfortable."
Story 2. The pot that gave birth. Theme: greed leads to loss. Juha knocks on his greedy neighbor's door. The neighbor opens the door, looking a bit villainous. Juha: can you lend me your large cooking pot? The neighbor gives him the pot while looking annoyed. After 2 days, Juha returns to the neighbor with the large pot. Juha gives him the pot and with it a very small pot. The neighbor: what is this small one? Juha: congratulations! Your pot was pregnant and gave birth at my place. The neighbor believed him and was happy. He took both of them. After a while, Juha returns to borrow an even larger and more expensive pot. The neighbor gives him the best pot he has out of greed. A week passes, then 2, and Juha hasn't returned. The neighbor goes to Juha's house looking for his property. Juha comes out to him with a very sad and dramatic face. The neighbor: where is my pot, Juha? Juha: may God grant you patience. Your pot died while giving birth. The neighbor goes crazy. You liar! Does a pot ever die? Juha: you believed me when it gave birth, and you don't believe me when it died? The neighbor was stunned and found nothing to say. Juha closes the door while laughing.
Story 3. Eat my sleeve. Theme: people respect clothes, not the person inside them. Juha wearing torn clothes and in a bad state. He hears there's a big wedding in the neighborhood. He goes to the wedding and wants to go in and eat. The guard pushes him and says, "Get out of here, you dirty man." Juha runs back to his house. He opens an old chest and takes out fancy clothes. He wears a silk caftan and a large jeweled turban. He returns to the wedding. The guard bows to him out of respect. The owner of the wedding comes and they sit at the head of the hall. They put a giant, delicious bowl of lamb couscous in front of him. Everyone is staring at the important man, Juha. Juha, instead of eating with his hand, takes the sleeve of the caftan. He dips the sleeve into the middle of the sauce. Juha says, "Eat my sleeve, eat my caftan." Everyone stops eating and starts staring. The host: "What is wrong, Sir Juha? Have you gone mad?" Juha says, "This food is for the caftan, not for me. When I came hungry, you kicked me out. But when I wore my caftan, you invited me." He takes off the caftan, leaves it on the table, and walks away. The lesson? A man's value's in his mind, not in his clothes.
Story 4. Juha's Nail. Theme: the power of a small loophole. Juha standing in front of his house with a for sale sign. A rich buyer comes wanting to buy the house. Juha: I will sell to you, but I have one condition. This nail in the wall remains my property. The buyer laughs. A nail? No problem. Congratulations. The buyer settles in the house and is enjoying himself. In the middle of the night, Juha knocks on the door loudly. The buyer opens the door wearing pajamas. I came to check on my nail. I missed it. The buyer lets him in while feeling confused. The next morning, Juha comes with an old robe. Juha hangs his robe on the nail. The buyer starts getting annoyed by Juha's visits. Another day, Juha brings a rotten sheep's head. Juha hangs the head on the nail. The house starts smelling very bad. The buyer: Juha, remove this filth. Take your nail and get out. Juha: Never. The nail is mine and I won't remove it. The buyer gets fed up, takes his things, and flees the house. Juha stays in the house alone and laughs. The house is back.
Story 5. The Smell of the Roast. Theme: a fair payment for a fair service. A poor man passes in front of a roast meat shop. The griller is cooking the meat and the smell is rising. The poor man takes out a piece of dry bread and smells the scent. The poor man starts eating the bread while enjoying the smell. The shop owner sees him and gets angry. Pay me for the smell. The poor man: But I didn't eat your meat. I only smelled it. The griller grabs him and wants to drag him to the judge. Juha was passing by and saw the fight. Juha: Let the man go. I will pay you instead of him. The griller gets greedy and happy. His eyes turn into dollar signs.
Juha pulls out a bag of coins and brings it near the griller's ear.
Juha shakes the bag hard. Clink, clink, clink.
The griller: Okay, give me the money now. Juha puts the bag back in his pocket and walks away. The griller goes mad. You liar! Where is my payment? Juha: Did you hear the sound of the money? The griller: Yes, I heard it, and then what? The payment for the smell is the sound of money for the smell of meat. The people in the street laughed at the greedy griller. Juha and the poor man walked away together laughing.